Hey, it's your boy J Hardcore Boxing News back at you with what's happening in the world of boxing today. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And if you're hearing the sound of my voice this morning, that means that God has blessed you and has given you the finger of grace as well. So thank God that He did, because that allows you to actually talk about boxing one more again. Yeah. Okay, we got something else going on here. Yeah, for sure, man. So I thank God for allowing me to have another day, another opportunity, another day to be great. Yes, indeedy, man. You know what I say, man. No procrastination today. Do everything that you can possibly do today. Because you know what I say about procrastination? It's like masturbation, man. You're only screwing yourself. So yes, indeed. Shout out to the chat. We got Al Booger in the building. We got New Era Boxing and Bets TV. Yeah. And shout out to my mighty voyeurs. You know who you are. The ones that like to watch. You did? Yeah. Man, do you see the title? Teofimo has been designated the WBO Super Champion. How y'all feel about that, man? How you feel about people being able to be moved up and everything without a fight? You know what I mean? You didn't have to fight to be the super champion, man. They just feel though that he done did enough and that he should be super champ. Thomas Morris, good morning. Thomas Morris has entered into the building. Yes, indeedy, man. Yes, indeedy. How you all feeling this morning? Station break me real quick. Let me get this swig going on. Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know. It's something about that first swig of coffee in the morning. You did. Do this mean he gets to duck the slick black fighters? Very good question. You did. Hey, boxing never seems to stop amazing me, man. You never know what's going down, how it's going down, when it's going down, and how it's going down. You dig? Yeah. This came out like 12:10 this morning. 12:10 this morning. They slid it in. They slid it in. You did. You think they didn't know about this earlier yesterday? But no, it seemed like the news broke 12:10 this morning. You dig? But your boy Hardcore was up. You know I was up, man, because I very seldomly sleep. Mike Rhyme has entered into the building. What's up, Mike? What's up? What's up? It's all good, man. But yeah, that 140 division, I'm trying to tell you, it's a division that's going to be kind of hard to be ducking around in. It's going to be kind of hard to be ducking around in, man. Because I'm going to tell you, it got some guys in there that are forced to be reckoned with. There, yeah. They definitely, and it ain't no, I would call no real big stars. Nobody's a huge star where you can just do what you like, you do what you feel. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna have to fight. They gonna have to fight, man, for sure. So yeah, I mean, pretty much the reason they felt that they move him up to WBO, they said that they just feel though he's done enough. He done enough. That's their reason. Yeah, and see, and that's what's wrong with boxing, man. When you got these sanctioning places, man, that can just do what they want and what they choose. Yeah. They just do whatever the hell. Yeah. They snuck it in there, New Era for sure. They like a thief in the night. You know what I mean? Like when the Baltimore Colts left B-more. You did. They did it in the middle of the night, Jack. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You best to believe it. You best to believe it. But other top news that's going down, as you all know, Frank Martin came on out of the fight, man. Yeah. We thought we had that lock, stock, and barrel, didn't we? Frank Martin and young Shakur. Yeah. They got Shakur looking like the boogeyman, don't they? Yeah. They got young Shakur looking like the boogeyman, man. That nobody wants that Shakur smoke. Nobody want that Shakur smoke, man. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, man, if I'm Shakur, well, my chest feeling real huge. Yeah, for sure, man. Because you got cats backing out of fights, man, after the promotional company then gave date and everything, man. Yeah. I just want to understand what was the pressure that made Frank was like, nah, I'm not going to be his Huckleberry. Yeah, man. I don't get it. Let me see if I see anything new. Say shortly after the period that we had the fight set, Frank Martin apparently decided against it. One day after it was reported that lightweight Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin agreed to terms for a vacant title fight, which counseled a planned WBC purse bid, it seems the fight was not to be after all. ESPN Mike Coppinger is citing his sources, which indicates that Frank Martin ultimately decided to pass on the fight, refusing to sign the official contract once Top sent it to finalize the bout. Oh, really? Coppinger would also quote top-ranked spokesperson Evan Korn, who has this to say on the ultimate breakdown of the fight. Shakur Stevenson is willing to fight anybody in and around his weight class. The fact that so many fighters have turned down the challenge is a testament to his greatness. It's a disappointing that the fans will be deprived of such a highly anticipated matchup. Martin was supposedly set to make in excess of $1 million for the bout, according to Chris Mannix, but will apparently now look to take his career in another decision. Martin wasn't much of a chance in this proposed matchup by most analysts, and it clearly seems that he wasn't confident in his own chances either, given this development. Here's a Shakur tweet. Say, Ghost, what happened to every top dog got to be an underdog? Once again, I'm going to say this boxing full of soft ninjas. Woo! You should have said no off rip if you didn't want no wreck for real, for real. Wow. Wow. There it is. There it is, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's really making Frank look like a serious buster, yo. Yeah. It's really making my guy Frank look like a serious buster. For sure. Your Majesty's has entered into the building. Shout out to Your Majesty's, man. Y'all make sure y'all mosey on over there to Your Majesty's and check out all the nice t-shirts. And also, if you like to get it custom made, holla at them. Trying to tell you, they're about putting that work in. Yes, indeed. Oh, my fan, so I can make a big crazy noises. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but goodness gracious, making crazy noises. New Era said he can bring Navarrete up to 135 for a Thursday fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed in Frank as well, man. I'm definitely disappointed with the young fella, man. I guess when the rubber finally hit the road, man, and he really thought about it, it was like, you know what? Am I ready to take a loss in my career this early? Or do I just want to hold back for a minute, get a few more underneath my belt, and then, see if I can revisit it later? I mean, and that's just me, thinking out loud, you did. I don't know, is that what he was thinking? But that's some that sounds like some possible stuff. That sounds like some logical thinking, you did, because that's how fighters think these days. It ain't like the fighters of the yesteryear. You did. Not at all. But what do y'all think about this Teofimo Lopez being designated the WBO super champion? Yeah. No fight had to take place for it to happen. You dig? It just happened. You know what I mean? The news broke 12 this morning. 12:10 this morning, the news was broke. What I will do is give you the information on what was their reasoning and their logic. Teofimo Lopez has now gone from retirement to reinstated champ to upgraded championship status, all in a span of 3 months. The two division and reigning lineal and WBO junior welterweight champ was approved for super champion status by the WBO. The 24-person committee unanimously voted in favor of the destination request filed by, okay, so Top Rank put in for this, for him to be made the WBO super champion. This committee strongly believes that Lopez substantially satisfies the requirements for such a recognition. WBO Championship Committee Chairman Luis Batista Salas noted in a ruling reaching Saturday evening. One key area under which the WBO sought fit to approve the request were Lopez wins over the top fighters in two different weight divisions. Lopez defeated Vasyl Lomachenko in their October 2020 lightweight championship unification bout in Las Vegas. He then delivered a sensational performance to dethrone unbeaten lineal WBO 140-pound champion Josh Taylor on June 10th at Madison Square Garden in the Hula Theater. Lopez's amateur record was also taken into consideration, where he claimed 380 wins in 452 amateur fights and represented Honduras in the 2016 Rio Olympics. Additionally, Lopez held the WBO super champion status during his lightweight title reign. In summary, the above referenced accomplishment clearly satisfied the required criteria for destination as WBO super champion in the junior welterweight division, noted Silas. Among the benefits afforded a WBO super champion is the flexibility to extend the period between mandatory title defenses and freedom to pursue more significant and legacy-defining fights. The destination also allows this claimant to petition for immediate mandatory challenger status in another weight division, or even their own in the event they lose the physical WBO title in the ring or through other means. While it was specified in the ruling, Lopez will theoretically have a clear path to enter the WBO welterweight rankings as the mandatory challenger if it opts to pursue a third divisional championship. Usyk used this distinction to his advantage when he moved up from his undisputed cruiserweight reign to campaign in heavyweight. It eventually led to his challenge of then WBA, IBF, and WBO heavyweight titleists. Man, I'm telling you, they are definitely playing chess, not checkers, with this move right here, man. This is definitely allows him to be able to do a multiple of things, man. By him being the WBO super champ, basically allows him to be able to duck his mandatories. It also allows him to grab low-hanging fruit at the welterweight division if he sees something that might be grabbable. So yeah. But I tell you what, my guy is back in the building. B3 has entered into the building. He said, "Good morning, Hangout fam. WBO does this so they can get fees off and interim belts." It's a lot. It's packed for a lot of that can be done. JD, I didn't know the WBO holds super champions. Yeah, Usyk was one. Hey, JD, you've been in here before, right? If I'm not mistaken, I believe I seen you in the Hangout before, correct? Let me know if I'm incorrect, though. BNN Boxing News has entered into the building. What's up, BNN Boxing News? Remo has entered into the building. He said Tio is the biggest name at 140. After that last performance against Josh, and he did win that ring belt as well. Makes sense to have the biggest name in the division with your belt. All about the dollars. Definitely, it's about the dollars no matter what. But it gives him a clear way to make all the type of decisions that they want to have. Yeah. They don't have to be tangled up with any mandatories or any of those type of things, man. He can just do whatever he like, to be honest, man, and be able to make the big fight if a big fight presents itself. And also, like I said, if something happens in the welterweight division and he feels though that he's interested, he can go straight for the belt at the welterweight division as well. So yeah. The stars are definitely lining up for Teofimo for sure. Definitely lining up for Teofimo for sure. So let me ask you this question in the chat. What would you want him to utilize this status for right now? Who would you like for him to use this to shoot for right now in the 140 division? Or maybe you feel though that you want him to shoot for that 147 division, which is considered wide open right now. You dig? Yeah. Because for sure, hey, keep in mind now, Top Rank, they keeps the WBO belt at all times. And they know that Crawford is going to be relinquishing that belt. They're going to be relinquishing that belt for sure. So I can see that the WBO, I can see him shooting to get that belt at 147. Yeah. At 147, You did, and it wouldn't be eliminated. It'll be for the belt. Thomas Moore is trying to get T.O. executed. He says T.O. against Boots. I love it. I love it. I love it. T.O. against Boots. That's what's up. Top Rank apply for the status for T.O. so that his contract extends. Bob's no fool. Oh, yeah. That's the last thing that Bob is a fool. Let me move this mic up a little bit. Yeah, that's the last thing old Bob Arum is a fool. And it seems like he still has all his faculties, and he's definitely not talking crazy. You know what I mean? Out of his mind. So, yeah, I'm pretty much sure they done probably had him re-sign for another 2 years minimum. 2 years minimum. T.O. scared of Mandos. Cambosa was his first. He probably get mandatory PTSD. Man, oh man, oh man. Good to see you, B3 for sure, man. Good to see you back in the building, my brother. Everybody missed you last week for sure. Without a doubt. Man, oh man, oh man. So yeah, it's a lot going on in boxing right now. Let's go to what's happening in the world of boxing today. Let's see what we got in the top headlines. Bob Arum on Usyk and Dubois controversy. It was a low blow, and it seemed to me Dubois had quit. Jamel Herring wants to go out on his terms. Okay. I thought they was about to say on his shield. Lyndon Arthur's trainer wants his boxer to get more learning fights before facing top names. That would be smart. Frank Warren says we shouldn't underestimate Francis Ngannou. He won't be an easy knockover job. Zab Judah confident Shakur Stevenson would have beaten Frank Martin had fight gone forward. Duh. Teofimo Lopez designated by WBO as super champion. Ellis Zorro and Willie Hutchison ring returns pushed back to October 6th. Jermell Charlo to Terrence Crawford. Don't write a check your ass can't cash. Alex Campanovo enter a new horizon. I'm beyond excited. I do have some butterflies. Fury to Ngannou. I'll kick your ass in a cage. Seriously, don't think he can beat me in MMA. Yeah, right. You just trying to get an extra check. There's no way in the hell you would beat him in the cage. Shakur Stevenson seeks new opponent for WBC lightweight title fight. Frank Martin is out. Patrick Teixeira. I'm ready to fight the best at 154, even at 160. I would give my son Adonis a rematch. Ooh, not my son. This is funny. We had just talked about this the other day. Fury, I'm named after Mike Tyson, and now I'm in the opposite corner from him. It's crazy. Regis Prograis, David Haney, WBC junior welterweight title fight targeted for December. And for what I'm understanding, they're talking about it might be in the Bay Area. That's what I heard. Jose Ramirez and Ana Barbosa, September the 19th, purse bid scheduled, ordered IBF title eliminator. Demetrius Andre hits back at those who question his stamina. My gas tank got me to 32-0. Gary Antoine Russell. My determination is just different from everybody else. Jamil Charlo says Canelo's best career win came against Sergey Kovalev. Lubin, I feel like this is Ramos' first real test, far more of a challenge than Joey Spencer. Damn, just slapped little Joey, didn't he? Elijah Garcia looks to solidify prospects of the year honors as Canelo Chalo pay-per-view opener. Landy Lara expects to fight Danny Garcia next, confident of victory. Hearn on Joshua Wilder. Terms are agreed, but until we receive a contract, the fight is not happening. There you got it. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Kristen Mbili drops Damon Nicholson 3 times and stops him in the 4th round. Well, there you have it. Was what's happening in the world of boxing today. T.O. fans talking Boots Crawford at 147. They not cherries. T.O. Sr. not making those fights. Maybe T.O. versus Giovanni Santillan. Hey, man. I tell you what, though. What would you all consider Canelo's biggest fight? Who do you consider was Canelo's biggest? Well, we know Floyd was actually his biggest fight, but what fight would you consider his best win? What fight would you consider Canelo's best win? Let me know in the chat who you think was Canelo's best win. I'm sitting here and thinking, man, who I think. Sergey Kovalev was definitely in my top 2 for sure. It would have to be between that and Triple G for me. The second fight against Triple G. Me and my son was just talking about that yesterday. And I told him that second fight, I felt though that Canelo won that fight hands down. But he told me he felt though that Triple G was coming back on Canelo on the second half, and he felt though that Triple G did enough to actually be the winner of that fight. But to me, man, I just felt though that, when it came to ring generalship, man, and just being dominant, man. Whereas, they were talking about having a toe-to-toe battle and everything. It was just like Canelo just was down for it, man. He was coming forward. He had Triple G on the back foot, man. And I just didn't see that Mexican style that Triple G used to always talk about he was down for. I didn't see it in the second fight. Now, in the first fight, I felt Triple G won that fight. I felt the Triple G won that first fight, hands down. But you can't. I'm gonna tell you, you can't beat Canelo in a decision, man. This seems like the judges just ain't gonna let you have it. I mean, keep in mind, even when he fought Floyd Mayweather, they called it a majority decision. Yeah. They called it a majority decision, which made no sense to me. It didn't even make sense to Canelo. Canelo was in the middle of the ring saying, that's not no majority decision. You did when the fighter that it benefits actually says it was wrong, it was terribly wrong. But yeah. Thomas Moore said Triple G. He said Triple G. Al Booger. Good morning, my brethren. The professor is in the building. He said, morning, degenerates. Good morning. Good morning. I see you was the first one in the building this morning with the hand over the face emoji. What was that all about, Al Booger? That was 9 o'clock on the nose. He gave me one of these. Good morning, man. It's good to always see you, my brother. You went to another wedding, right? Didn't you do another wedding this weekend? Back-to-back weddings. Oh, man, you're such a lucky guy, man. Such a lucky guy. Went to a wedding last week and went to another. Even flew to another wedding this week. You're the man, brother. He said, yeah, I'm in the A as we speak. So you're in Atlanta, Georgia weddings, huh? I can dig it. What's that weather like down there, man? Is it crazy hot? I got one of my buddies, man. He's celebrating his birthday, and him and his wife is on the West Coast celebrating his birthday. She took him to the West Coast for his birthday. And he said it's 58 degrees where they at. 58 degrees. They somewhere in California. I think they're in San Bernardino or something like that. I'm not sure. But I know he said, he texted me like 12:30 this morning. He said, man, it's 58 degrees there. 58 degrees there. I'm like, wow. Everywhere else is hot as hell. And where the places are supposed to be hot as hell, it's cold. I mean, what's really going on in this world? Thomas Moore say T.O. against Stanionis. For the WBO? Okay. I can see Top Rank jumping on that. he said the hand over the face was for that WBO gifting. I thought it was for me not starting at 9 o'clock personally. That's what I thought it was, man. But for some reason, you know how you got one of those cords on your laptop, but it wasn't plugged all the way in. So my laptop, man, you know how some laptops, if you plug it in, it'll still work, turn right back on and everything. But mine, if it hasn't been charged, you have to at least give it a 5 to 10 minute head start where it don't do anything, where you're just charging it, and then you're good. But if you just try to turn it on right now and start using it, I found out from previous shows that it will cut the show off in the middle of the show. Like it might work for like 5 minutes and then go down. So yeah, you learn from mistakes. So I was making sure that didn't happen. Just Do Boxing. What's up, guy? Jay with the E has entered into the building. Just Do Boxing has entered into the building. Yes, indeed. The usual suspects are in the building for sure. Good morning. We are in the building and we're having these conversations, man. The main one right now is the title. Teofimo has been gifted the WBO Super. Yeah. And Top Rank petitioned for it. Top Rank. Hey, and you know Top Rank, no matter what, they got the WBO in their pocket. The Top Rank keeps the WBO belt at all times, no matter what. So don't think when they put in for that they weren't going to get it. Yeah. The Rise podcast has entered into the building. Good morning, senior. How you feeling today, my brethren? Yeah. But the WBO, man, is in Top Rank's pocket for sure. And they do whatever they say. You keep in mind, they always get that belt. Yeah. That was the belt that, matter of fact, the move that they're doing is the same move that was with Terrence Crawford. Remember when Terrence came from 140 and he was ready to go for a belt at 47, you dig? He was the super champ at 140 and he was able to fight the guy, I can't think of his name, from Australia. Yeah. The guy from Australia for the belt. She did. Took the belt off of him. There it is. It's an easy segue, man, to get a championship belt. They find the low-hanging fruit in the W, and bam, there it is. Hey, Bob ain't doing no new tricks. He been doing this, man. Keep in mind, he been doing this. It ain't nothing new up underneath the sun for him. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Definitely. Hey, they setting Teo nice, man. Yeah. That give him a chance to get another title in a different weight class. Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah. Well, I get ready to say who, but we already know who has it, so he's going to relinquish that. Bob already playing chess. He knows that Crawford's going to relinquish this, and he's going to have Teo petition to fight for the WBO title. That's what's going down. He's going to have him fight for the WBO title in the 147 division. You got to love this sport, man. You gotta love the Bob father, man. The Bob father is always playing chess at all times, never checkers. All moves that Bob Arum makes. Yeah. He done made 3 or 4 of them in his mind first. Yeah. Don't think it's just the one. Nah, man. He said, till Devin go get that belt from Teo, or y'all want Tank to go get it. Man, you know, Tank don't want no belts. Tank ain't interested in no damn belts whatsoever, man. Tank is interested in that do, re, mi, fa, sol, lo, ti. And we all know that, man. Tank is about that dough, and reckon so, man. He's the one that commands the dollar. He's the one that people want to see. So, you know, he ain't tripping off no belts because he don't want to pay no sanctioning fees. For some reason, I think I was rhyming just now. D1, what you been up to, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. D1 has entered into the building. Shout out to D1, man. Hey, I want to thank so many of you all, man, that watched the Mario Barrios video yesterday, man. And so many of you all came in the comments for that video, man. It was heavy engaged. I really appreciate that, man. It was definitely heavily engaged. And I thank each and every one of you all that have watched the video, that the interview that I did with Mario Barrios, man. Yeah. So I definitely thank you all for the engagement, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, my heart was warm for sure, man, because so many people watched the video that were subscribers, man. and then commenting on it, man. And it almost makes me believe that it was a good interview, man, because so many of you all said it was a good interview. So I thank you all wholeheartedly, man, for checking out the Mario Barrios video, that I launched yesterday, man. And yeah, man, the engagement was what's up. That's what I'm talking about, man. It was so many comments in the chat, in the comment section, man. D1, thank you. See, that's something he said. Great interview. Like I said, I'm almost inclined to believe that it was truly a great interview, man. I'm a hard critic on myself, man. And the only thing that I was upset about is for some reason my video wasn't kicking in for me to be in the video. It just says Surface 2, and that's the type of computer I got. You did. So yeah. So I was a little upset about that, but it didn't make a difference. It wasn't even about me, it had my voice and it had his video, had his visual. So that's all that counted. And the message got done. You dig? So I appreciate that. Yeah, man. So yeah, thank you, man. And if you haven't checked out the interview, go check it out, man, and tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Thomas Morris, thank you, bro. Thank you. Hey, I talked to your aunt yesterday, man. Great person, man. And I told her I help her with the vehicle, man, as much as I can, so we can make sure that she doesn't get taken advantage of. So I'm definitely on the job, my brother. You didn't have to put that number in the chat, though. I was thinking about you putting it back on Instagram. I ain't want no crazies, man, to mess around and call her or nothing. You did. But hopefully nothing like that went down. But yeah. I'm on the job for you, Tom. It's no problem. Yeah, man. I love being able to get talk to do interviews with people I didn't want to speak to, and I was motivated to speak to Barrios because I had a few questions I wanted to ask him, man. And he was a politician about a few things, but it is what it is. You did. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate you all, man. We said 3 seconds about cars, and now you want to talk smack. All of a sudden now the Ride Senior wants to be a boxing enthusiast now. He's a boxing enthusiast now, and all he want to talk is about boxing now. Yeah, and y'all know how much buffoonery he does. But you know what? I have to give it to him, man. He talks more boxing now, and I understand, man. He's been coming to the hangout and he's been learning more. So I understand now why he speaks about more boxing on the Rise podcast. So shout out the young senior, man. Yeah. He is developing. Yeah. But man, oh man. So Shakur Stevenson, man, let's talk that topic right now. Who do y'all want to see I tell you what then, boy, don't y'all ever want no help in that area, man. Hey. But yeah. What do y'all think about Shakur and Frank Martin, man? What do y'all think about Frank Martin just blatantly not signing the contract and backing straight out the deal, man? What do you think about that, man? Talk to me quick before I forget. Because he won hardcore car sales. Come on with it. I got a 93 Civic. Got you, D1. He said, hey, I'm going to tell you something. That old school Hondas, man, people be wanting those, Jack. Them things last forever. I'm talking 300,000, 400,000 miles. You take care of it, Jack. for sure. Yeah, okay, Thomas. Yeah, you know what? I feel though the brother felt though that he wasn't ready yet for Shakur, and he didn't want to take that. I think reality kicked him, man. I think he got a kick of reality, you did, and decided to say, you know what? You know, Spence was the one pushing it, you did, but in reality, I think he felt though, you know what? I'm not ready for my loss yet, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna develop some more, you dig, and then I can revisit that later. You know, and hey, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing wrong with that when you know that you're being outmatched. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong. I mean, like it wasn't. They said he was making a meal, so in actuality, he was only getting about 500,000. Then after you dwindle that down, you know, paying the managers and all that, he probably walked away with about 300 stacks. You did, and maybe he felt though that's not worth a loss yet on his career. You know, so I think he made a educated decision. Now he's definitely going to look like a duck, but hey, you know how this game is, man. They'll forget about it soon enough. All he got to do is fight somebody and have a devastating win. Yeah. They put him up there against a F fighter, and he beat the hell out of a F. And bam, you done forgot all about it. Now Frank Martin, the man again. You did. So that's who I want, Thomas Morris. That's exactly who I want. I want Jermaine Ortiz against Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. That's who I want. From what I understand, everybody's talking about I think they said who De Los Santos, man. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, they talking about De Los Santos for that fight, man. You did. Hey, and look. Then it was some more conspiracy going on yesterday. Could Tank put in Twitter, "I move in silence"? So since he put in the in Twitter, well, not Twitter, X, that he moves in silence, now they're saying that he stole the fight from Shakur and he fighting Frank Martin. I tell you, boy, the conspiracy theorists, man, they be on it, Jack. Yeah, for sure. They say that Tank done stole Frank Martin from Shakur. You did, and that's why he not. So you know, yeah. It's always something, man. It's always something. You did. Picture that one, right? I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they do that. It could happen though. You know, Top Rank has no name for Shakur. Jermaine Ortiz. There it is, right there. He said, "Nah, that was a bonehead mistake. Social media will make sure of it." It might be because Derek James' workload right now is too much to take on a third-party fight by the end of the year, especially one that of that magnitude. Because what you gonna fight? Yeah, it can go either way. Because shoot, they fighting in the next 3 weeks, man. So yeah, for sure. If he fights Tank, it's definitely not a duck. It's definitely more money. It's definitely more money. It is. Now, if I had a chance to fight Tank or Shakur, oh, I'm going with Tank. I'm going with Tank for the simple fact, at least the bag come with the knockout. At least the bag comes with a knockout, you dig, for sure. Nah, he don't. I mean, I'm gonna be truthfully honest, Senior. Tank doesn't benefit fighting anybody but Shakur and Devin. Them the only two fights that he benefits from. You dig? So yeah. I'm just telling you what's out there. I ain't saying it. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm saying that that's what the conspiracy theorists are saying due to Tank's tweet yesterday. You dig? But if anything, I don't think Tank fighting anybody besides Devin or Shakur benefits him. Pitbull definitely doesn't benefit him. It'll benefit his pockets. It'll benefit his pockets because he'll get paid because the Mexicans will pay for that fight. Not at all, for sure. Oh man, y'all tough. Teofimo, man, that's wow. Let me tell you something. Anybody that he fights besides those guys, man. No. Anybody besides those guys that I mentioned, you know, people are going to call them everything they've been calling them. You know what we hear about Tank. Tank don't fight black fighters. Mayweather don't fight black fighters. That's the same thing they used to say about Mayweather. And the reason Mayweather, he said it, the reason why I don't fight black fighters because I don't make no money from them. You did. People don't pay for it. You did. You know, I mean, he made some money when he fought Mosley. I guess. You know, but Mosley was just coming off a win against I forgot the guy's name, but you know, it was a notable win. You know, and it was timing. Floyd's always about timing. Floyd likes fighting somebody right after they come off a big win. So he likes riding off of that wave. But yeah, you know what they say about Tank. Tank's a duck. They say Tank's a duck. He don't fight black fighters. You know, all that. You did. But come on now. We know better. That guy, let me tell you something. I think it's more management than anything than Tank. Yeah, I think it's more management because they know what's best. They know how to move them to make the most significant money. Because it's called prize fighting. And he's the face, and he's the one that people are willing to pay for. So they're going to make sure that he's going to be in the fights that's going to make him the most money. For sure. They're going to make sure. Yeah. That's the fight right there. Blacks against Spanish. Yeah, that's the whole thing right there. Yeah. The blueprint has already been set. Those are the fights that always make the most money, i.e. Floyd against Oscar, i.e. Floyd against Canelo. Yeah, those fights are the fights that make the most money when you got black against Mexican. Yeah. That's just the bottom line, man. That's just the bottom line. You dig? And we don't like it. No, because we want to see the best against the best. And the best against the best ain't always black against Mexican. It's not. It's not. But it is what it is in this capitalist society. For sure. You think it ain't race-based? Yeah, but no matter what, you know what I mean? And this statement that I'm about to say might be which I consider racist. But in actuality, it seems like that black fighters are the best fighters, man. I'm just keeping it 100. You dig? I'm just keeping it 100, you know? And I know some people could probably disagree with me on that. But it seems like if they're not in that fight, the money is not being made, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? I'm just an old dude that's talking to this square box. You did? He said, damn, y'all telling the secrets. That's why Tio keep raising the price on Haney fight. Yeah, yeah. Ain't no way in the hell he getting $20 million. I can't see it. And Bob definitely ain't paying that. Bob definitely ain't paying that. Tio ain't getting no $20 million to fight Devin. But you know how Bob would do it. Bob would say, you know what? No problem. I'm gonna give you a $5 million guarantee, and if you make the rest on pay-per-view, so have it. If you feel though that's what you're worth. But I'm not gonna give you no $20 million guarantee. I'm not gonna give you no $20 million guarantee. That ain't happening. Yeah. That was the whole hustle back in the not back in the day. When that's why you started seeing these low-tier fights being pay-per-view fights for the simple fact fighters were thinking they were worth such and such. They were worth such and such. So people like PBC and Bob Erm and things of that nature say, okay, no problem. You feel though you're worth that much? Let's make it a pay-per-view fight. And if it pays that, there you go. You are worth that much. But I don't think you are. So I'm going to give you this guarantee. I'm going to give you this guarantee, and we'll see what else if it happens. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, man. It's like that statement: if you build it, they will come, man. If you put the right fights out there that the people want, it will actually pay out. If you fight the fights that the consumer wants, i.e., Tank and Ryan, obviously that was something that the casuals wanted, and the casuals got it, and Tank and Ryan got paid. Yeah, they got paid. You dig? It wasn't a fight that hardcores wanted because we already knew what the outcome was. You dig? We knew what the outcome was. So D for the win has entered into the building. Big Ray has entered into the building. Good morning, fellas. Appreciate you coming up in the building this morning. For sure. Yes, indeedy, man. But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. If you give the consumers the fights that they want, I think that it will pay. You dig? I think it will pay. But you can't, the thing about it is what consumers you're talking about. You see, because Mexicans and casuals run boxing. Yeah. Not hardcores. No, the hardcores do not. The casuals and the Mexican, Latino, I'm going to stop saying Mexican. The Latino fans and the casuals, the Latinos and the casuals run boxing. You did. So you give them the fights that they want, they'll pay. And that's just pretty much how it is, man. You did. But what we will get is pay per poop. That's what we'll get, pay per poop. But that's what they want. And you're going to get a bunch of lopsided fights where somebody's definitely getting knocked the F out for sure. But that's what they want. They love knockouts, man. They don't want to see the sweet science. Oh, Lord forbid. No sweet science. Why sweet science? Why would we want sweet science? That's why I want Ryan Garcia to have a pay-per-view fight. That's why I want Ryan Garcia to have a pay-per-view fight. You dig? I want to see what his pulling power is actually. Yeah. This way, you know, we'll put that notion to bed. Yeah, give him his own fight. You know, I think we'll probably get it. The Rolly and Ryan. I think we'll get Ryan and Rolly. You know, they want Ryan to have a 140 belt. Yeah. That's much money. That's much money. They want Ryan to have that 140 belt. Because trust me, they would like for Tank and Ryan to run it back because it's big business. It's big business. So if Ryan goes up and collects a 140 belt, beats Rolly, and then gets another win after that, yeah. By then, Tank could come up to 140, knock him out, get another big bag, you dig, and then settle in 140 and let's get the rumbling over again. You dig? I'm trying to tell you, man. D1 said autocorrect is tweaking. Say Mexicans and Latino fans are separate. I thought Latinos are Mexicans. Aren't Latinos Mexican as well? I don't know what you got going on with that B3. I don't know what you got going on. I consider that the Mexican community is considered Latino. You dig? I don't know what you got going on right now, but I tell you what, y'all, I'm putting the link in the chat. So opening up the panel right now. So if you want to come on in, you dig, come on in. Let's talk about these conversations we got going on. Got a few things going on right now. We got Frank Martin not taking that fight. We got Teofimo being pushed up to the WBO. Super. Yeah. Yes, indeedy, man. So and as you know how we get down, we can talk about anything else as we please. We might even talk about some more car sales too, just to piss off young senior. You did. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Man, I mean, why go through all the negotiations, man, if you weren't sure that you even really wanted the fight? That you even really wanted to fight. Uh-oh, B3 is in the building.
J Hardcore was good. How my audio?
You sound great, man. Sound great. Good to see you, youngster.
Yeah, man. It's good to be seen, man. I'm just out today.
Taking a walk.
Taking a walk, man. Stepped out before it looked like it was about to rain out here. You know, I'm in Richmond.
Okay, got the Purple Rain t-shirt working. Okay. Okay. Got the young Prince fan in the building, boy.
You know what I'm saying? This like a $6.99 special. I probably got this for, you know how Marshalls be doing. I probably got this from Marshalls.
Hey man, I like
TJ
Prince,
Maxx.
man. I like Prince, man. Ain't no big deal, man.
I'm too young to like Prince.
Hey, what are you talking about? Music transcends over years, man. You did. All right, what you got for me, man? Cause I know you got a lot for
what
me.
I wanted to say, I want to jump on because maybe that message might have been unclear. So in my opinion, you know, the Mexican fan base is a separate entity. And that's why Bob Arum even mentioned that he likes a Mexican element in a fight because he gets the Mexican fans. He didn't say Latino fans. And this is my case in point right here. Tio beat Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? And he beat Josh Taylor, and he's still in the Hulu theater. Tio is not Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Tio is Honduran. what that means is that Mexicans are completely separate from Latinos. The Latinos support Tio, and of course, I'm sure a lot of races support Tio, a lot of nationalities support Tio, but for that big fan base, you can tell who they support. They support Pitbull, and they damn sure support Ryan Garcia. You see what I'm saying? They have Mexican lineage.
Good point. I see where you're cooking from. Okay, I see what you're saying. That makes sense to me. Okay, that makes sense to me. You know, I've always said,
because Tio should be a big star.
Yeah, she should be, but
he should be a big star. He pop his gums a lot.
Yeah, and that's gonna help him. That's gonna help him. I think it has helped him. You know, man. His last performance definitely should help as well.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
What do you think? What do you think about Frank not taking this fight, man?
Man, it's so when you get information from one side, I don't like it. You see what I'm saying? Because we only getting it from. I
totally understand what you're saying.
You know, and Frank hasn't said nothing, so this is the point I want to make. People, it's a lot of hypocrisy in boxing, and especially among the media, the fans, or whatever, because Shakur people came out and mentioned, oh yeah, why would we take the Haney fight now for $8 million? Of course, that's just an estimate, but they said $8 million when we can make $16 million down the line next year, or whatever the case may be. That's what Shakur's team said. So, but Shakur not ducking. It's just business, right? But then it comes out that Frank, you know, he turned this opportunity down for possibly a bigger payday in the future, or whatever the case may be. But he's ducking. You see what I'm saying? So we pick and choose, you know, who we want to fight, who's ducking, you know what I'm saying, and all this. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not so sure that they had him a guaranteed meal on the table. That just seemed, I mean, how you go from fighting Michelle Rivera for 75,000 and now you about to get guaranteed over $1 million, and it's not on pay-per-view, and you know it's not, like you said, it's not, like Bob said, it's not a Mexican presence in the fight. It just seemed like I'm not so sure about that meal. But at the end of the day, we all know Frank. Man, listen, man. I wasn't picking Frank over Shakur. So if they feel like he needs some more development, whatever the case may be, that's fine. But like you say, this is business at the end of the day. So if Pitbull can say no to Shakur for a tank fight, you know, Frank is going to do the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like you said, the most important point that you said is we don't know what the reason is, because it's only one-sided, and they were able to control the narrative. They was able to put the narrative out there. You did. So he's going to be looked upon as a duck automatically. You did. That's how that's going to come out. You know, I don't even think that Frank Martin's the type of guy that will actually come out and say anything. He probably the type of guy that just let it roll, because he's not really a media guy. You know, now maybe his people might put something out. His PR person might put something out if he has one. You dig? But I can't see. He doesn't seem like the type of guy that's going to trip one way or another. You know, so.
He seemed like he about, you know, just getting down, keeping his head down, keeping his nose clean.
Right.
And of course, you know, he gotta he got to he got to talk his shit a little bit. You see what I'm saying? But he not a bloviator, you know, he not all boisterous and whatnot. But it's a bad look on his image because.
Yeah, but let me interject right there, because I know where you're about to go. But before you go there, how do we not know that none of this is orchestrated? For the simple fact, why did they even announce everything is a go if the contract hadn't even been signed? You dig? I mean, we all know that it's always agreed upon first, verbally, and then the contract comes. But it seemed like they put the cart before the horse, man. You dig? It really made us think that this fight was actually a done deal. You see, and it's never a done deal until the pens hit the paper, you know, and that didn't happen. You did. So it's kind of funny that the next day we have a totally narrative, like they were actually setting him up for this. That's just how I think, you know what I'm saying?
These promoters on media warfare, man.
Yeah, man, it's chestnut checkers, man.
100%. Like, because look at top ranked position right now.
Mm-hmm.
They can't get Loma in the ring with Shakur. Kambosos, you know, he don't want no smoke with Shakur. Keyshawn, he not ready for Shakur, and of course that's his little brother. He not gonna fight his little brother. Jermaine Ortiz is their best option. And if Jermaine Ortiz is not ready for the Shakur fight, or he don't take the Shakur fight, then they're literally gonna have to pull up their 130 champ Navarrete to take the Shakur fight.
So you're not going with the narrative about the De Los Santos?
I mean, who is De Los Santos with? Isn't he with PBC?
I believe so, yeah.
All right, so I believe it when I see it. Because I'm going to say this. Sean Porter didn't get over there until he forced his way out. He had no more fights with Al. He was like, yeah, let me go over here and make this Crawford fight. Mm-hmm. So he had no more. Al had no more fights out of Sean Porter. It was done. So why is Al... They built up, they gave these PBC fighters these slots. They build them up so we actually know who they are. On the Showtime side, I don't know if the ESPN audience knows De Los Santos or Frank Martin. So why is the PBC managers going to send their fighters over there to build up Shakur? It's not going to happen. Top Rank is in a bad position with Shakur because, you know, and somebody made a great point. I think it was Ness made a great point on the Boxing Voice. He said, Devin Haney, they allowed Devin Haney. He had that WBC belt, so he was in position. But Top Rank gave him the opportunity to get the belts off Kambosos and get the Lomachenko fight. So those are the two fights that Shakur should be having this year. Now, if Shakur, my whole thing was they should have had. Hindsight is always 20/20, but they should have had some forward thinking if they knew that Shakur wasn't going to be able to make weight, because he should have moved up with the belts and just went ahead and got him off Kambosos. You see what I'm saying? Why would they let Devin Haney come into the picture, and then after he get the 3 belts, so he fight Kambosos or whatever in Australia, then, you know, he can try to unify with Devin and they can do the undisputed with Devin or whatever the case may be. But nah, Shakur is getting the short end of the stick with Top Rank, and he's seeing that they don't got no B-sides for him, and no B-side money for him either.
Yeah, but the good thing is that his contract is up next year. That's a very good thing. You know,
well, you know, the contracts is funny, Jay, because he messing around to get a title. He might have 3 or 4 more fights attached on.
Well, that's how Bob gets down. If Bob gets you a fight, that contract comes with another 2 fights. You're like, okay, yeah, I'm giving you this. Yeah, you're fighting for the championship right now, but yeah, we're gonna need 2 more belts. We're gonna need 2 more fights from you as well to get this deal done. I'm trying to tell you, man. That's how I seen Bob get down so many times, man. You know, the back end of that contract says 2 more fights, even though your contract is up. You know, we got you a championship fight. We got you a belt. You did. So we ain't going to get you a belt to take it somewhere else. So we're going to need at least 2 more fights from you for us to even make this thing happen for you. And it's just business, man. But I'm trying to tell you, they're not going to allow that boy to get a belt and run away with it, too.
I tell you, I just thought about this. Let me say that this is kind of like off topic a little bit, but I think Teo can get a Tank fight because it's still Latino versus Black. And Tank gonna sell with whoever he fights. So you see what I'm saying? That, I mean, the arena gonna sell out. you know, a Tio fight probably they probably guarantee 500,000 pay-per-views. That's probably, you know, the low end on a Tank fight with Tio. So I mean, he can get that, and I think he's going to end up holding out for that fight. But see, these like Shakur to get a Tank fight, man. Listen, Shakur probably gonna have it's probably not gonna happen for him. I mean, unless he leave Bob Arum, and I don't know, Lord knows when that's gonna happen. I mean, that might be 2027, 2028. Tank might be retired by then.
I think that fight eventually happens for sure. Shout out to Tim Layton. He's in the building. What's up, Tim? Always a pleasure to see you, my guy. Always a pleasure to see you.
Hey, Jay, let me ask you this.
What's up?
If you was managing Tank's career, would you take him up or down?
Up.
Like, let me put it like this. All right, let me lay out some fights for you. Let me lay out at least 2 fights. All right, so because Shakur's off the table, we're not gonna even talk about Shakur. So Devin and Tio would be big fights for him at 140. And let's say Inoue and who another, and Lil Gary. Let's say Inoue and Lil Gary at 130. What would you go with? I'm just saying, what would you go with him? Would you go up and with Devin and Tio, or would you take the Inoue and Lil Gary for Tank?
The what you call them fight is a good fight. Yeah, the Inoue, that's a money fight. That's definitely a money fight, but I wouldn't go down to do it. He had to come fight me at my division.
135. No, I respect that. That's my whole point, is that I don't see these dudes like Shakur is young. He's getting bigger. That's all I'm saying. He's gonna go up in weight more than likely.
Shakur probably end up fighting before his career is out 154.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
He look he seemed a little smaller than one.
Before his career, I'm saying before his career is out.
Okay.
Before his career is out, I can see 154. His talent to be able to take him that high. You did. I mean, Floyd was never a big guy, but yet his talent was able to take him to 54.
That's a fact.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, nobody chastised me right now. I'm not saying Shakur is on Mayweather's level, but what I'm saying is that I feel though that in the long run, in another 3 or 4 years, I could see him easily fighting at 54 and being able to be talented at 154. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can see that. But my whole point is, man, we, like you saying, if they can't get Tank in the ring, you know, at these ages, once Shakur get 27, 28, it's probably gonna be more difficult for them to get a Tank fight unless they're still able to make a weight that Tank being an A side is going to make. That's all I'm saying, you know.
Okay, but you got to keep in mind now, they're smart people, all right? They're not going to let Tank age out for Shakur, where it's going to give Shakur a better chance. You did? So they're going to make sure that fight happens in his prime. You did? So I can see back in 2024, early spring 2025, and Tank is still in his prime. For one, Tank is taking no damage. He's taking no damage whatsoever. You did? You know, he's the one that been putting hands on people. He's he's 28 right now.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
Okay.
Probably 29. About to turn 29, I believe.
Yeah, I always say 28, 29 is considered prime. Okay. Right. But 30 is fine as well. And I think you won't see a big difference between 28 and 30. So him fighting Shakur at 30, it's fine with me. But I'm not going to let Shakur get to a point where his talents might override. We don't know. I don't know where his talent's going to peak at.
Peak, yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure. Because he's a talented kid. But then, we still putting apples before the cart because we still don't know what that chin like. We have no clue of what that chin is like. You dig? So, like I said, man, I have not had everything stamped on that passport yet. You dig? I need to see. I need to see what the northern hemisphere looks like for that. I like to see what his Canada look like. You dig? For sure.
Facts. But the only thing I'll say to this is that, man, is these guys, Devin, Shakur, these guys gonna have to continue building their profile because right now, I mean, the hardcores, we want to see it, and these guys are known for sure, but Tank don't need them, and if they not coming to the table, if they not getting down or laying down, shoot, they might not get it fight. You see what I'm saying? And we already know Floyd ain't doing no business with Bob Arum.
Okay, but then sometimes I think we double talking though, because first of all, we say that Tank is the one, is no matter who we put Tank with, he's the reason why the money is where it is. Okay, so now we're saying, okay, we need them to come to the table with something. Which one is it? Is Tank the guy? Because Floyd really never needed a dance partner. He just needed a warm body, still even till today. You dig? So which one is it? Does Tank, is he the face and people are just coming to see Tank and he just need an able body, or he needs a dance partner? Which one is it?
I mean, as we can see with the Ryan fight, he definitely need a dance partner. But
now, how do we know? Because
I'm gonna say this. It's the right dance partner though.
Because Ryan never had a pay-per-view fight before. And when he did have, he didn't even sell out in his hometown.
Hey, all we know is, listen, all we know, they did 1.4. And until now, I'm gonna say that like this is what I say. It's risk, is risk versus reward, or risk and reward. Like like this, what I'm saying. If Shakur and Devin, if they don't believe a Tank and Devin or Tank and Shakur fight gonna do at least 500,000 pay-per-views, or whatever their whatever their threshold is for it, or whatever they need, they're not gonna make the fight because it's the risk versus reward. It's not no incentive when they can build up another another B-side like they did with Pitbull. They build up Pitbull perfectly.
Okay, but
they let Rolly build up perfectly.
Yeah, I understand.
Ryan built up perfectly.
I understand that, but see, the thing about it is that's the banana in the tailpipe. We all know that he's not the banana in the tailpipe, and people actually are calling for this as a super fight, and they have said it out their own mouths that each other is our super fight. They already said that he's my Hearn. You know what I mean? You're my Ray. You dig? So that is the build-up fight, you dig, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It has to happen, because you can't leave that money on the table. It's going to be money. It's going to be money. Now, how much money it's going to be, I don't know what that money's going to look like, but that fight has to happen. That fight has to happen for sure. Because if that fight doesn't happen, man, that's like Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis when they didn't get their fight on, man. I mean, that fight has to happen. You dig? And it's going to happen. They both want it. You dig? They've been in the ring against each other when they was younger, But at the time, Shakur was even a younger guy because he's 3 years younger than Tank. So, he was definitely little bro, looking up to Tank at the time. You dig?
Right.
Well, it's different stories now. They're not even friends anymore. That's all out the building. You dig? So they're going to have to fight. They're going to have to fight, but trust and believe they're going to make you pay for it, though. They're going to make you pay for it, and you're going to pay $100 for the pay-per-view for it. You dig? And you remember how much I paid for Ryan Garcia tickets. That was big money. Lincoln Levels, what's up, guy? Good to see you. I know I
What
just
it
seen
do?
him in
What
here.
it
I
do?
think
What
I
it do?
just seen Lincoln Levels.
Shout out to everybody in the hangout. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Now what I was thinking is it's funny that, you know, all these guys that, you know, they had relationships and now all of a sudden, you know, it's they not friends no more. You know, Shakur and Tank not cool no more. You know, Devin and Shakur not cool no more. And, you know, the way it seems in the media portrayed is that Shakur is kind of doing little stuff that, you know, was irritating Tank or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you said, it's all building up the fight.
But it ain't
But
no friends in boxing.
it's
It ain't no,
business.
it ain't no friends in boxing. And if you want to maximize that dollar, that friendship route ain't gonna get you there.
Nah. As you can see, because Keyshawn and Shakur can't fight, you know, who else, you know. So there ain't no money to be made if they can't duke it out.
Yeah, and if they ain't talking smack to each other.
Nah,
You
that's
gotta
real.
talk that smack, man. That smack sells. That's controversy. It is what it is. So I like it better when they don't like each other. So you know they can talk stuff, especially when they know stuff about each other. So then it gets personal, and that even fires it up even more.
100%. 100%. But, you know, in order for them to make that fight, they still need Pitbull Cruz on the undercard.
Well, you know, that's how they do them. They definitely gonna have to get a Mexican in there. For sure. The co-main gotta be decent for sure. Great
Hey,
point.
Jesus Ramos, we need you, baby. We need you. Hey, let me say, man, I gotta get on the topic a little bit, Jay, man.
Talk to me.
Tio, the super champ Lopez. He had it again.
You talking about the email bill?
The email status. Nah, man, listen, you know, boxing is interesting, man. When the more you follow, the longer you've been watching and in tune with it, we realize that it is a business at the end of the day. It's not really a sport. Now, when they get in the ring, you know, it's a fight. But I don't believe it's a sport, man. It's business and then it's a fight. Like, because, you know, there's nobody overseeing these. Like, what happened to Barbosa getting a shot? I thought he was the man though for the WBO. You see what I'm saying?
By who?
Arnold Barbosa was the mandatory for the WBO at 140.
By who?
That's my point, man.
Exactly.
That's my point. These guys, you know,
the
crazy.
WBO works for Top Rank, right?
Yeah.
That's who they work for.
No, I mean, listen, they work for all these sanctioned bodies work for the promoters, and whatever these promoters need to happen is going to happen. Because the promoters is paying the sanctioned bodies. You know, I mean, let's just call it a buck. Like, that's just what happened. And it's funny that, you know, how that WBC belt that Devin just won, just defended twice, got up off him so quick. You see what I'm saying? You know, Bob Arum need that belt.
Yeah, Al Booger say Wild Wild West B3. That's what it is.
Shout out to Al Booger.
Al Booger. That's my guy, the professor.
Facts. Hey, facts, Al Booger. Hey. But I think and to be honest with you, you know, is Tio even gonna fight this year? Like, again, you know what I'm saying? Is he even gonna fight at the end of the year? Like, come on, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. The when Tio be popping his gums, he be talking a lot of talking. He got a lot of rhetoric to spew. But it still brings attention to the sport. It still make you want to see him fight. And
make me want to see him get his ass whooped. Especially when he got to talking about when he said the blacks, boy. That one had me boiled right there. You know, so yeah. That makes me want to see him get hit with the boo-bop bang. You did.
Hey, Tio is very strategic, man. Tio,
he know what he doing.
Yeah, he know already. already because it's always going to be a segment of people that like that type of talk.
For sure.
Or you know what I'm saying? Because they look at black fighters as Teo's opposition, so they respect it. Or they like, oh yeah, he talking that talk. Yeah, he ain't bowing down. That's how they see it, you know. So and then Teo, but he can miss me with all that because I've been following too long. You know what I'm saying? And no fighters came out and said nothing. And I know why. They know Teo. They know Gordo. You know, Richardson Hitchens know him. You know, Gary Russell know him. You know, all these dudes know Teo and they done grew up with him. So they know that he ain't no racist or nothing like that. He's building his brand, his fan base. And, you know, they like that talk.
Ant McQueen has entered into the building. What's up, Ant? Hope you are having a good morning thus far, my brother. He said Tim Layton with the actual factual.
Shout out Tim Layton.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So Teo, who you
want to see Teo fight for that WBO championship at 147?
147? Crawford.
Yeah, okay, that's not happening. Who else you want to see him fight at 147?
Boots.
Okay.
And no, hold on. This is why I say that, Jay. I'm just being facetious. I don't really want to see that.
I know you're being facetious. I know you are.
You know I am, because that's what man, listen, I was watching Punch yesterday and Punch was going crazy. He was really talking about, you know, he was laughing about it, Teo moving up to 147, because it's a joke to them. Because they know what time it is. Like, they know Teo not moving up to 147 to fight no Crawford. Like, why would he do that right now?
I know, but it's going to be low-hanging fruit. Because
that's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you something. The WBO gets to pick who he gets to fight against. So they're going to make sure that he fights some low-hanging fruit to get that belt at 47.
Yep.
It's going to be low-hanging fruit. They might call you.
Hey, they give me about 500,000. I get up in there. I don't need a meal. Shoot, what they got for the TLB side in the Hulu theater? Probably 250. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But yeah, no, you're right. I think I don't even know if Alexis Rocha can they was talking about Rocha because he's highly ranked in the WBO 147. But if it was like I said it in the chat, the only 147 that I can think of right now, the Top Rank has is Giovanni Santillan. And that's for the hardcores. Like, it's probably only a few people even know who Giovanni, but he be on Top Rank shows, so everybody in the chat probably know Giovanni. But that's really the only dude I can think of the Top Rank got that they can put in with Teo at 147. So, man, Teo got smooth sailing. He ain't have to make 140 to fight Arnold Barboza because Jay don't know who he is. So
who?
And Teo was in the ring. He was talking. I think he was talking to Brad Goodman. He was talking to somebody. He was like, it was that Carl Moretti. He was like, man, please don't put me in there with him, man. He's a bum. Like, I don't want to fight this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. Give him an opportunity. You gave Sandor Martin an opportunity. You know, Pedro Campo got an opportunity.
I think Teo needs to fight the IBF champ at 140.
Sabril?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, no, but he's the big. No, but what people gotta realize is that's a fact, because people are like, no, y'all trying to get Teo beat. Nah, he the big man. He talked that talk, right?
I want that fight. That fight.
You know,
I think he should. I don't think he should be even thinking 147. I think that he needs to bang it out at 140 right now. 140. There's no reason not to make the fights at 140. Now, since he don't even have to fight his mandatories, he can go for all belts. He can go for all belts right now.
Yep.
Without a doubt. He can fight Haney. for the money. That's for the money. He can fight Rolly. He can fight Sabril. He can fight Regis. If he don't fight any of those guys, then what? I mean, I take Devin out of it. He don't even have a belt. So I'm talking all belts. He should be able to fight anybody with a belt right now. They should be able to make some unifications go on.
Hey, like what Floyd say, he's not a pay-per-view attraction.
Hey.
I mean,
they're able to get the fight on ESPN though, man, the biggest sports broadcaster out there. If you can't get made off of ESPN, there's a problem. That's you in regular households, man. That's putting you in. I'm talking about the housewives get to see you and everything, man. You should be able to be made a household name if you're fighting on ESPN.
I agree. I think that's what they I think the Cambosos loss set them back with Tio. I think they're still trying to, they're still on the process of trying to build him up because Jay, they still got the brother in the Hulu theater. And he's complaining about that. He's complaining about his purses.
Put him back in there with Cambosos then.
Perfect.
Right that wrong.
Perfect.
Right the wrong.
But Cambosos gonna look at that. I mean, yeah, it's an opportunity, but Cambosos is gonna look at that as him giving Tio an opportunity. You see what I'm saying? So is Cambosos even gonna come to 140 to make that fight? I think that should be Tio's next fight, so he can get correct that wrong or that loss.
Yeah, correct the wrong, man, for sure, man. If I was him, he already said the only reason why he lost that fight is because he was sick.
Yeah.
All right, Jan. Hey, Bob, make this fight for me. This is a fight I need you to do for me. I need to fight him. I need to refight him, get him out my way, so I could show y'all that was just a bad night. I wasn't. I was sick. Get that on out the way. You did. So and then move on from there.
100%. 100%. That's the best. That's the fight for Tio right there. I mean, and if you can pull him up from 140, that's perfect. I mean, pull him up to 140. That should be a good move for Tio. But we'll see.
Hey, they both on the same platform.
Very true.
I can't see why it's not made.
Cambosos fighting Lomachenko.
Tim Layton said they just need to get into the ring and stop pulling our chains. That's what they are. They're professional chain pullers, pulls, man. That's what they do. You know what I mean? They mess with our emotions, man. They put out stuff at 12 o'clock in the morning about a WBO and made him super champ, Jack, where he don't have to fight no. So basically, he's a franchise champ then, right? That's the same thing equivalent as franchise, ain't it?
I'm not even gonna call it the franchise. Well, no, you gotta call it the franchise, and I'll tell you why.
It's the same. It's the you get everything the same.
Same privileges, and the only reason I was about to say that is because the WBC had literally had 3 belts in a weight class. They had the Lomachenko. I don't know if this was all at the same time, but I know Ryan was the interim, Devin was the regular, and then Loma was the franchise. So in the WBO, they don't have no regular titles, but they will do. They will do an interim. So now that Tio is the super champion, they're gonna let probably Jose Ramirez or somebody, Jose Ramirez versus Arnold Barbosa. That'll be a good fight for the interim, and then they're gonna, that person will probably fight Tio. But yeah, he a franchise. You a franchise champion if you don't fight your mandatory. I mean, if you ducking mandatories, it's the same thing. So,
well, that's the whole object. Why Bob and them put in for this. They don't want him to have to fight any mandatories.
100%.
That slows the process up. slows the process up. You know, they're trying to appease Tio for the simple fact of the rhetoric that he had, where he was saying that they only cater to the black fighters and this and that. You dig? So you know,
and then
now
they couldn't let Devin come get his belt.
so
he
now
would have really went off then.
right. So now they catering to him. They made a way for him. They petitioned for the franchise because that's what he got basically. You know, he can go up. He can stay where he at. He don't have to fight mandatories. He can make the big fights. So it's perfect for him. Man, it's up to him.
Top rank is
they got to make the fights.
Yeah, top rank is making you know, business decisions that they have to, and they got to keep, you know, they building their pipeline still because I mean PBC and Showtime, they had a tremendous year. And if you look at it, a lot of they still have a lot of big fights on that side. Now, I mean, we gotta keep it 100 right now. The top fighters at ESPN, number 1 is Fury. Probably number 2 is probably Inoue. Number 3, based on the numbers, they probably gonna say Shakur. Yeah, the numbers it's gonna be Shakur. And then number 4 is Tio. Well, either Tio or Navarrete. So 4 and 5 is Tio and Navarrete. So, I mean, I'm trying to think who other than those 5, they're gonna have to preserve them because, I mean, who else they gonna have the headline? So when you losing headliners and you're not able to do pay-per-view events because, you know, you can't get other promoters to bring fighters to your company, then it's not boding well for you. So I think Tio, I'm gonna say this about Tio, man, because I gotta keep it a buck. Tio is a great fighter, yo. And I gotta be honest about it, man. Tio is definitely a showman. So they're gonna do whatever it takes to keep Tio at the top at 140 and then at 147. Because they have no other choice. They have to make sure Tio works. I mean, anytime you go against your promoter, you know, to go to purse bid, and you know, and of course that Triller thing fell out, and then your promoter, you know, brings you back, you know, still wants to put on events with you, still wants to build you, you know, that says something. That says that, you know, to them you are a draw. You know, to them they still see value in you, you know, even though you did something that they didn't agree with. So,
well, there's no such thing as bad publicity. So all that did is actually, you know, got people talking again. Aunt McQueen said Benavidez and Andre. I don't think that fight happens.
What?
I don't think it happens. I don't think Ben. I know y'all probably gonna try to tar and feather me for this, but I don't think Benavidez team takes that fight.
Wow.
I don't think they take that fight. I think the risk factor with that. You know, it's a reason why Boo Boo has been ducked all these years, man. You know what I mean? And it's probably the best time to fight him now. He's 35. I'm pretty much sure he's a step slower now. You dig? So it's probably the best time, but it shouldn't be taking that long. Yeah, it shouldn't be taking that long to get this fight secured. You did, you know. To be truthfully honest, Boo Boo said that this conversation was brought up soon as he got to Showtime. Soon as he got to PBC, that conversation was already brought up, so it was already known about. You did. So, and when I was interviewing Benavidez's dad a couple of weeks ago, he didn't sound strong about making it happen either. You did. So I don't think either. He said Benavidez Senior is talking like a promoter. Yeah. When I had an interview with him, man, I didn't get strong vibes that they wanted this. Not at all. Not at all. So I can see, if anything, them pricing themselves out or something like that. You did. But I don't think we get that fight. I don't. But I hope we do. But I don't think we get it. I don't think we get it. What else? What we say? Canelo Charlo. Wow, I like that fight so much, man. Did you all check out? Did you all check out the? Did you all check out the All Access the other night? The Canelo Charlo All Access, pretty good, right?
Man, I thought I watched it this morning.
You had Charlo talking a little bit more smack in this, opposed to what I've been hearing thus far. You know what I'm saying? He
far away from Canelo.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But at least he was saying something now.
Mm-hmm.
He was definitely saying something. I heard myself in the background. Y'all hear me in the background? I heard me in the background. My fact, my son said he was listening to it. He was like, that sounds like my dad.
Yeah, that was awesome. Hey, they did a great job. They did a hell of a job with that first episode. Man, it just got me more pumped for the fight, man. And
that's his job. That's what his job's supposed to do. Man. It's supposed to get your juices flowing to want that fight. You dig? And it's more for the casuals than anything. You dig? That's who it's for. They need that hook, line, and sinker, man. You know, and I hope it gets a little stronger.
Hey, they do it so perfect to where it draws you in, and at the beginning when I first started watching it, I was like, ooh, Canelo, man, he gonna do something dirty to Charlo. and then the more I watched, it was just like Jamel's confidence, made it even for me. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, this might be a 50-50 fight. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like that's what draws the people in, is making the people believe that both sides have a chance to win.
Yeah, the smoke and mirrors.
Yep.
The smoke and mirrors.
But see, the only thing that got my mind tripping a little bit, Jay, is that I don't believe Canelo gonna take his first fight on a 3-fight deal. I feel like he believes that he gonna beat Jamel. I feel like he may know he can beat Jamel already because he took the fight. Now, whether he does it, that's up to Jamel, and that's up to how the fight play out. But I'm just leaning towards Canelo because, for one, he a great fighter, but his style, man.
Okay, let's reverse engineer this then. Let's take it back to the Charlo versus what's the kid name he had to draw?
Castano.
Yeah, Castano. Let's go back to that first fight.
Yep.
Okay. And the way that Castano fought Charlo, let's put Canelo right there. What you see? Canelo fighting that way.
See, but the thing about Castano though is he was getting clipped a little bit. Now, this is what I'll say about this.
Yeah, but Canelo got a chin though.
Canelo got a chin. Canelo got a chin, and I'll say this though. Charlo is just. I'll be honest with you, because I believe Castano is more athletic than Canelo. So I don't. Then this is a good. Thank you for bringing this up, because I'm starting to believe that Charlo may have the athleticism and the speed advantage over Canelo, which will allow him to stay out of range.
Okay.
So that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. He's just gonna have to stay disciplined.
Okay, that's all fine and dandy, but let me tell you something. You're not winning a decision over Canelo in Vegas.
Didn't Bibble?
Huh?
I think Bibble was in Vegas, right? That Bibble Canelo fight was in Vegas, right?
Come on now. That was a beating.
Hey, Hey, Bibble. Hey, Charlo 6'1", Bibble 6'1". What's up? Get it done. I mean, you know, height don't fight. I'm just being, you know, I just throwing it out there.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Everybody said they feel though. My man Banky came on here and said that Jermell stops Canelo. Something that's never happened before. You did, you know. Me personally, I feel though that Charlo has a chance to pull it off. But if I had to put that $1 on it, I'm gonna have to put it on Canelo winning this fight. Now, I would probably feel a little bit better if Jermell wasn't coming off this long layoff,
right?
And he you know, and I know all the great trainers saying that weight ain't gonna make a difference because he's a big guy anyway. But for some reason, I don't believe that.
Nah,
you know, and that's just me. I'm stubborn sometimes. You know, And don't get me wrong. I want Jermell Charlo to win this fight, but I feel though that, and y'all done heard me say it a bunch of times. I feel though it's definitely a uphill battle. Uphill battle. For one, if you don't, you got to make sure it's a one-sided beating like a Bivol fight to get a decision. Okay.
Or you're gonna have to get, like you said, you got to get a knockdown, which Canelo never been knocked down.
Never been knocked down.
So,
you know, now maybe Jermell's power is real different at 154 because he's not straining to make that weight. You know what I mean? At 168. Maybe he's strong as hell at 168. Who knows?
Let's hope so.
Yeah, that would be great. You know what I'm saying? And we'll know by the first round. You know, because normally in the first 2 rounds, man, you want to lay that hand on the guy just to see how sturdy he is with it. You know, so.
Hey Jay, I'm gonna be on. Hey, you said it already. It's the inactivity that's gonna get Charlo.
Yeah, that inactivity, man. That's the only.
That inactivity is gonna get him. That's the only thing, because, you know, in the John Ryder fight, Canelo, he looked very flat-footed. He just looked extremely flat-footed, and he was there to be hit. You know, he was there to be hit for John Ryder. So, man, the name of the game,
that was crazy, man. That was crazy.
Come on, man. He went to war with John Ryder. I mean,
sat in the middle of the ring. Mrs. Just Do has entered into the building. Yeah. What's up, Mrs. Just Do? How you feeling this morning? Hope all is well. Yeah. But for sure, man. It's a fight that makes us wonder. It's a fight that makes us wonder. You know what I mean? And it's already creating what they want us to see. They want us to see that Jermell has a chance in this fight. You know what I mean? And that narrative is definitely being made. You know? Yeah. But like you said, Canelo took this fight, his first fight out of a 3-fight deal of making $100 million minimum, not to lose his first fight is not his object. You know, I mean, that's not what he's trying to do.
If he wanted to lose his first fight, he would have fought Benavidez. It's just a bad style matchup for Canelo.
There go my guy right there. Cash Sport is in the building. What's up, Cash Sport?
Cash Sports, what it do?
He is in the building. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, this particular fight has me going back and forth all the time, man. Like I say, I want Jermell to win this fight. The question is, can he win this fight? You know, that's the question right there. You dig? He is
tell the people what he got to stay away from, Jay.
Yes, stay away from that boo-bop bang is what he got to stay away from.
Yes, sir.
Canelo will put some combinations together, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. If Jermell power doesn't translate into 168 to what Canelo has felt before and bothered him, it's a rude awakening at that point. Because if you ain't got nothing to keep Canelo off of you with, he coming. And look, he's not taking this as a joke either. This man over in Lake Tahoe in high altitude, you dig, to make sure that his wind be good so he don't get drowned. You know, so he's definitely looking, he's taking this seriously. He's taking this seriously, man. He up in Lake Tahoe right now in that high altitude, man. I've been to Lake Tahoe, man, and that high altitude in Lake Tahoe is real. It is real. I mean, when I first got there, and the first thing they said to us, whatever you normally drink, alcohol-wise, don't do it. They said it makes a difference. They said it makes a difference. You know your mic went out. Your mic is out right now.
I had some noise in the background. I had to turn it off real quick.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, they say whatever you know, drink wise, you know, if you normally drink 3 drinks, drink 1. That's what they were saying.
Wow, that's definitely good to know. Yeah, I feel like the inactivity gonna catch up with Charlo. So the thing about it is this: Canelo, we've seen Canelo is beatable. Like Canelo was beatable, and he's definitely not invincible. Bivol beat him down, and then Caleb did a good job for about 9-10 rounds, and then he got he may have gassed out, but of course he didn't have anything to keep Canelo honest, so Canelo just walked him down and he hit him with the big hand.
Yeah, and Caleb was starstruck.
He
was starstruck, man. He was in there. You're my hero.
Caleb got to cut it out, man.
You gonna ask him how am I doing?
Caleb living the American dream. You could tell he living his dream. You know, I mean, even seeing how he did in that Benavidez fight, like how he was, you know, he's just a fighter, man. Like you could tell Caleb is just a fighter. The thing with Jermell that gives me a little bit of, you know, hope that he probably can get the win is that he said he's always wanted to fight. You see what I'm saying? So he has a motivation to actually compete and win the fight.
Oh, let me answer something. Hey, Cash Sport, the reason why that title is there is because the Top Rank actually petitioned for Teo to be the WBO super champion now. That's why that title is there. It has nothing to do with Taylor. They have petitioned that he be the WBO super champ, so that way he does not have to fight any of his mandatories, and he can fight even if he wants to go to 147, he can fight for a belt there. So that's what that title is about. It just came out at 12:10 this morning. So that's what that's about, Cass. Go ahead. They say you got great lungs, man. You've been walking 4 hours, boy. Yeah, you can pretty much probably done did a couple of hours. I don't think we hear you. We can't hear you, B3. I guess he'll pop back in somehow, but your audio is out. Yeah, but for sure, man. Yeah, they definitely done made way for the boy, man. He can do whatever he want now. He can do whatever he want. He can do what he like. He can do what he like. For sure. He ain't got to fight no mandatories. I mean, he got it made in the shade, man. That's boxing for you, man. You can petition so you don't have to fight your mandatories. Ain't that great? He said he's walking from Virginia.
My bad, Jay. I didn't get a chance to hear you what you had to wrap the cast.
No, I was telling Cass because he thought that my title was based on Taylor, that Teofimo beat Taylor. He thought that I was saying that he was designated and he didn't win that title. But I was letting him know that the title was based on he's been moved to super champ.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I thought he was he was already the super champ. I didn't even know he had to request that. Because there's only one belt, one WBO, unless there's, an interim champ. But even though I know Haney is the super champ at 135. So, I mean, that's just Cash. That's just your boy Tio, finding a way out of the Mandos. That's all it is. That's all it is.
They said they thought you got snatched, man. They said they was about to crab the bay looking for you. He said you disappeared off the screen. They thought you got snatched, boy.
I'm gonna send out a beacon.
I'm like, he had a Purple Rain shirt on. Yes,
hey Jay, man, I appreciate you letting me hop on with you, man.
It's always
I got some stuff to handle, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it's about that time. Anyway,
always showing love.
We've been cooking for about 2 hours now, anyway. So it's about that time.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Man, shout out to the hangout, man. Shout out to everybody in the hangout. Shout out to the president, Jay. With Kareem Hassan the man, where you at? Shout out Unc Dre. Shout out Cass Sports. Shout out Al Booger. Shout out the Rise Podcast and Senior. Shout out Tim Layton.
I ain't the president. I'm just a worker, bro. Yeah, I'm just a worker. Senior the.
Hey, you facilitating?
Yeah. I'm just the host. I'm just the host. You did. You know what I mean? We got the king, we got the queen, we got the mayor. I'm just a royal subject here. That's it, man.
We got B&B, we got Just Do.
Yes,
Miss Just Do.
Yes, indeed. The usual suspects be in the building. Tim Layton, Cassport. My guy Dre Finest wasn't in here this morning. He wasn't here. D for the Win was in the building. Al Booger's in the building.
Yeah, this was a slow boxing week. I think everything will pick up this week.
Ant was in the building. Big Ray's in the building. D1 was in the building. You did the Rise Podcast. Yes, indeed. The Rise Podcast said Jay ain't shit. He just here so he don't get fined. Oh, you understand that, but
shout out Beast Mode.
I really think Senior got Tourette's for real. He just be blurting out shit. See, that dude got Tourette's, man. You know how you got that crazy dude that just sit in the corner, just be shouting shit out. That's Senior, man. That's your old crazy uncle and shit. He's sitting in the corner, shout some shit out. Birds are butterflies too. You never know what come out of his mouth, Jack. You know what I mean? So that's that uncle. You just tell everybody, don't worry about him, man. Just give him a cookie or something. He'll be all right and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, Jack. So he's just that uncle, man. That's why we make him the king, man.
Hey, man, shout out Uncle Senior. Always. No, you fine. Oh, man.
You. I don't know what the hell just happened just now, boy. I heard dogs barking and everything. The whole live went out and everything. But I guess we back. We back on and everything. Everything back. Yes, indeed. Old crazy uncle done pulled the plug and shit. Old crazy Uncle Senior done pulled the plug. Yes, indeedy, man. But for sure, man, it was definitely a great show. Appreciate Lottie Dottie and everybody that showed up again for this party, man. D1 said fighters are supposed to want to fight. I get it there, prize fighters. Oh, that's something old, man. I'm thinking that was new. Tim Layton said 11-11. All righty. But yeah, man, it's your boy Jay Hardcore Boxing News, man. And we'll be right back at it this evening at 7 p.m. Don't meet me there, beat me there. At 12 o'clock, y'all make sure y'all move on over to the Rise podcast. At 12 o'clock, where Senior and the crew going to do what they do, you know, with his Tourette's and everything, man. But I'll tell you what, no matter what, still support him. Other than that, it's your boy Jay Hardcore Boxing News, and I'm out of here.